Hi, this is Monte. Welcome to my first tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about how to extract the clean kick out of a busy sample. I found a way using a technique which is phase cancellation, which will be described in some minutes later. For this example, I have a drum loop. I'll play it for you right now. You can hear there's lots of stuff going on in that loop, and I just decided that that would be perfect. Okay, what is actually a phase of a sound? Okay, phase compares the timing between two similar sound waves. If two periodic sound waves of the same frequency begin at the same time, the waves are said to be in phase. Phase is measured in degrees from 0 to 360 degrees, where 0 degrees means both sounds are exactly in sync, and 180 degrees means both sounds are exactly opposite of it, out of phase. So that means when two sounds are out of phase added together, the opposing air pressure cancel each other out, resulting in little or no sound. So we call this phase cancellation. I marked this part red just for you guys to see that this is the phase inverted part. We can use this effect to our benefit. In the video you see here the two waveforms. I processed the drum loop by inverting the phase of the second one. And as you can see, how does it look like? That means you see here we start with a negative value and it goes up to a positive there. Here goes down. And in the upper example, it goes up. It's actually mirrored. And let's compare the other one. That one goes up here, you see here, and it goes down. So that means we inverted the phase of that sound 180 degrees. So when we play each track independently, we hear no difference. Listen to this. You see? Okay, these two are exactly in phase. That means when we add them together, the volume should be just louder. We don't hear no flanging or any other effect. We use for this example the gain plugin, which is a bit easier to handle instead of rendering it into the sample. Two buttons pressed for inverting the phase. So what happens when we add them together with the inverted phase? We should hear nothing. When we leave the phase intact, we should increase or double the volume. You see? While doing this, we have to make sure that the volume of each of the channels is exactly the same. As you can see here, we have the same volume. The sound comes back when you go below or above that level. We could actually use this effect to fade in or fade out the sound. You see, I simulated quite fast. Okay, for now we are using the fader for volume automation, which is not really handy. I thought about it. Okay, good. We can automate that movement, what I did with the fader, by using a fade in, actually, which is much better instead of drawing all the stuff in the automation. So we could actually fade out the sample in that way. Sorry. And we tried. Here, I extracted a small portion of the loop. You see, busy as hell, and at the end, still where the hi-hat is, we have still low frequency content, the sustain of the kick. So cutting the sample at that point where the hi-hat comes in would result in a shorter bass drum, but we don't want it. So let's see what happens. We can, okay, I have to redo this, because for some stupid reason I shifted the position of the sample. They have to be on the exact same position. Now I'm just looking for the right position, so we don't hear the shaker or hi-hat. we cancel the sample out, and now we hear the click, of course, because we raised the volume very fast. So we have to do a fade in. We still hear some hi-hat. Let's make it shorter. Better. Well, that works pretty well. Okay, perfect. Very important with the fade in. For this purpose, we can see what happens with a frequency analyzer. You see here, we kind of lost a lot of low frequency content here because we canceled the sound out completely. And for now, we just actually faded the sound out at one part, which we could also do with cutting. So let's do some magic. Now I thought about what happens if we could cancel out a certain frequency on the phase shifted channel. In that example, the high frequency content. And that only works by using the linear phase EQ, which leaves the phase 100% intact. To demonstrate the effect, I will raise the low cut frequency. I would say perfect. Now you see what kind of benefit this technique has. We preserve the sustain or the longer decay from the kick sound. Fade in time is also very important here. Now you see also what happens when we don't use a gentle fade in. Makes the change very abrupt, which is not what we want. Now you can see it also here on the analyzer. You see here the 40 Hertz and 50, we preserve the low frequency content. We still have a bit of a hi-hat sound in there. So we shift the beginning, not the position, just the beginning. Very important. When you bounce this sound down, you might hear an artifact in the beginning, which is sounding like a whoop. This is because of the linear phase EQ, and you should recut the sample start. Very important to mention is that this technique works only if there's, for example, no bass with the kick. That means same frequency content of the sample itself, what we want to extract.